Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to make pizza in the van because it's hammering down with rain and I can't do it outside. And I want to do something in the van anyway. So I'm going to be using the Omnia oven on the Trangia 25, which is over here. And hopefully you can see alright because I've got an artificial light because it's dark and gloomy. So what I'm going to do today, because I do carry a few bags of pizza mix, which I do use, but because I'm stuck in the van, I don't want to make too much of a mess, because it does make a mess when you're mixing up powder. So I've gone and bought this today. I've never used one of these, so this is pizza dough already made. It's simple, but I've never used one, so I thought why not give it a go. Then we got some little cherry tomatoes on the vine, got some black olives, and I bought 4 cheeses grated already. I mean, normally I'd grate my own cheese at home and bring it out, but like I say, this is going to be something anyone could just roll into the supermarket while you're out, pick up these items, and you can make a pizza. But I've never made a pizza in this oven. All I've ever done is heat up cheese on some bread in there. So we're going to give this a go, and I'm thinking of doing it. So I'm thinking of doing it on my shelf, which I've built, which folds when I'm not using it. And then the oven, hopefully, will sit not too high up. It's going to be warm. I've got to find my gas adapter. It's in the van somewhere. And then we'll be able to... Let's see what else is in that bag. I lost the Trangia triangle. It was in that bag for a long time. I didn't know it was in there. Oh, something scratched this. This has gone and got scratched. That needs to move. I need to get everything away from this. It's going to be hot. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but it is coming down quite a bit. So I have got the insert. I have the red insert in there. It's the silicone. And we'll see how this goes. I'm going to get that out in a minute so I can measure up my dough. I've put a bag on the table because I turn it inside out, so it's going to be a cleaner surface if I have to put the dough out. So I've got to try and measure this so it fits inside here. It's got a grease-proof paper on it. I think I might leave that under it, but I'm going to have to cut it, I think. Like I say, I've never used one of these, so this is a new one for me. So it's just a roll out and go from what I read. I'm not going to use anywhere near all of this, I'm sure. Let's get a knife. This has been out of the fridge for a little while, so it says you've got to take it out of the fridge for 15-20 minutes. It says keep it on this greaseproof paper as you unroll it. Well, it's stuck to the greaseproof paper, so whether that unrolls. I haven't been very well. I had COVID again last week. Mild COVID it's called now, because it's not all the symptoms. You just feel awful. How you make her unroll this then? Don't look like it's going to unroll. No, it's going now. It's getting caught at the end. cut a hole in it, haven't we? Bit of a sticky puppy. Right. This is clean. It's been washed. I've got to cut this. We're going to mark it, but not use that knife because that will cut it through the table. I'll be through the floor and I'll be outside and I'll use that knife. Let's get out my originals. Let's give it a nice sort of wide scoring. Just give it a score so I know where I am. Whatever I don't use I'll take home, or I'll just use it later tonight. Make Peter a pizza if he wants one. This is going to be a laugh, isn't it? This is sticky as hell. I'm going to have to try and take it all off this paper. Pizza dough boy. Do you know what? I'm not even going to mess with that because I have somewhere here a pair of scissors. I've got to find them. This is it. You haven't even started, have we? Just prepping. It's just. At least I can keep the paper under it. You know, it's so much cheaper to just go and buy a pizza than it is to try and make one. I think I paid £6 for all these ingredients. Get a piece for £2. And that's, yeah, I'm not going to use all my ingredients, so I've got olives and tomatoes. Well, that's that. So it looks like scissors probably is the best way. You're not going to cut anything underneath. I didn't even want to come where I am now. There's a football ground with nice parking, and I went there. God, it's got to be 20 years ago. Someone brought it up the other day and mentioned it to me, and I remembered it, and I thought I haven't been there for years. I thought I'd go there today, because it's not far from where I live. It's quiet. They've got gates on everything now. You can't get there. It's all closed. So that's abandoned. Wow. It's not an exact fit, but it fits. So all you've got to do is throw your stuff on it and go. It should be it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I need something to put it in. I should put it in a bag really, shouldn't I? I'll get a bag for that in a minute. Because there's a lot of dough there. I can reform that, re-roll it at home. I've got loads of room. Pizza dough. Right, so it should be as simple as this is a hot chili ketchup I found in Home Bargains. Never seen this one on the shelf before. They keep on bringing out these new ones. Right, got a spoon. Let's just use this spoon to spread this. This isn't really hot ketchup, it's just got a little bit of a tang to it. Yeah, so I just need a chopping board because I've got to chop. I need to find my gas adapter. It's in the car somewhere, in the van. But I don't know where it is because I haven't looked for it, because that's how I roll. Just go out and get on with it. I don't look for anything, I don't do anything, I don't plan it. Plans always fail, what's the point of planning? Just come out and do it. Scissors, just as well I got some scissors. I never had scissors in here for ages, and then every time I knew I needed them, I just thought, why don't I just leave a pair of scissors in the van? Right. So this all rises up and it's quite nice. I'm supposed to prickle it with a fork and aerate it, but I haven't done that because I forgot. We'll see what happens. Could do it now, but I know I'm not going to bother. So we'll see what happens. It won't be the first time people haven't bothered to do what the instructions say, I'm sure. Don't need many of these, I'm going to slice it. We're on a slope as well, so everything's going to roll if I let go of it. I always prefer less toppings on the pizza. It's just the way I like it. Black olives. Just cut these nice. I like cutting these. I don't care how they cut. I don't care which angle I cut at, just as long as I cut them. The Italian seasoning, this makes it for me. I love this on pizza. It just smells gorgeous. We would have been stuffed if I couldn't find this. Would have had to use a meths burner, which I don't like using on this oven. I've never used one, so I can't say there's a reason for I don't like using it, other than I have a feeling your food's going to smell a little bit like a fuel. It might not. If you've used the meths burner on a Omnia oven, let me know, because I don't know. I'm guessing that. I've got a new gas can, just in case. Don't want it running out during the cook. Right, you're still working. Well, there's my pizza. I'm pleased with that. And there's the gas lit and my hand burnt off. The usual. Oh, let's try and get this in here. It's all precarious, just sitting on top of each other. Let's hope it don't all fall off before it gets to a mega hot. Got to get up to about 200 Celsius. So we're aiming for 200 Celsius for 15 to 20 minutes. We'll see how that goes. That's going to get hot in here. 200 degrees in this little van. That's going to be warm. No doubt about that. It's climbing. I haven't got the gas super hot. I mean, I don't like running it flat out. I never do anything on anything I cook, apart from stir fries. But yeah, looking good. If any of you make videos and you need a good light panel, I'll put a link to this one in. This is an excellent light panel. It does adjustments, all different kelvins, temperatures and different sort of things. It's lovely. Temperature's coming up, you can see on the camera. Get you out of the glare of the light. But it's been going for about 15 minutes. So I want to have a quick look at it. I'll crack the windows because it's getting warm. So if you can see that over there, probably can't, it's near 25 degrees. Well, it's starting to look right, but I'm not smelling it, so that's the problem I got. If I'm not smelling cooking pizza, I don't think it's ready, you see. So I always go on the smell, the look and what they say. So we'll let it run for a bit and we'll see whether or not I can start smelling it. But then again, no, I don't think the COVID affect my nose, but I'm not smelling pizza. I hope this don't burn, because it's new to me. I've not done a pizza in here. I've not used that insert before. I know they've got a temperature, they can only go to a certain temperature, so hopefully I'm not melting that. We'll find out, won't we? So let's get back to it in a few minutes. So it's only been about a minute and a half, and I had a little sort of a ticking. I think it was starting when I put the lid back on. So the temperature, get this in the right place, isn't reached 200. I don't think it would, because it's difficult to get this up to that temperature. But I can hear a ticking, and I know what it is. It's the cheese popping. There you go. The fat's in there. So it's looking right, sounding right. Doesn't smell like pizza. Why is it not smelling like a pizza? That's a question for me, I don't know. Normally you can smell pizza in the oven, perhaps. I don't know. I don't really know. Like I say, I don't use it a lot, this oven, but when I do use it, it always works out all right. That insert though worries me, because I know that silicone can only go to a certain temperature, and I can't remember what it is. And even though that's reading 175, 180 Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit, the base plate is going to be hot. So that means there's a lot of heat on that silicone down there. So I'll let it go for another few minutes, then I'm going to shut it down, turn it off, let it cool, because I don't want to touch it. I don't really want to put it anywhere in there. It'll just melt everything. And when it's cooled down a bit, I'll come back to it. So I think cooking time at the moment has been 15, 17 minutes. And I say cooking time, that's since I turn it on. So it's not even cooking time, that's since that got powered up. It's trial and error, isn't it? Alright, we'll be back to it when it's done and I'll get it all out. Now we're going to be taking it off the cooker. I've turned it off, it's had 2 minutes to just sit there. But I don't want this falling apart because I know it's going to separate from the base. I've put tea towels on here. So let's have a look. It's steaming. That's good. It looks like I'm turning it off just in time. It's starting to go over. I hope that base is risen because I don't know anything about that. I don't know where to put this. Oh. It can go there. You're not going to be that hot, your aluminium. Let's try and find something to get this out. Should I get this out? I don't know. Oh, it feels stuck. That feels stuck, but then the pizza's resisting. That does feel overdone. So in total it's about 20 odd minutes that this cooked for. I've got a plate, let's just try and get it on a plate. Now what's this going to be now it's out? Yeah, that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. It's not much of a pizza, is it? How small it is. Time to examine it though, that's the important thing, see what it's actually like. It's on the paper still, you've got to remember that. But it should come off that. Well, it should come off that, but what if it doesn't? And you've got paper under it. I think it's overcooked personally. Do you know what? Weird, I can't smell it. That's me though, isn't it? It's got to be. It's definitely crusty. Probably don't need the paper in that silicone, but this is how it's come out. That hasn't really risen, that's just gone hard. It's about that thick, about as thick as it was when it went on. Tastes alright. It just seems like you're not getting a lot because of the centrepiece. It's too hot, I think. I boosted the temperature and I think it's overcooked. Top isn't, the base definitely is. I say I'm not complaining. I can eat it, it's edible, it's lovely, tastes good. It's just, is it worth it for the little amount you get? Don't know. Probably not for me. I think if you make your own dough it'd be better. This ain't worth it. Even the mixed doughs are better because you just get more of a rise, you get better dough. This seems to be okay. There's probably nothing wrong with this, but in this particular oven, I don't think it's that great unless it's just something I've done wrong. Might have to do it again, but just don't cook it so much. That's alright. It is what it is. Shut up and eat it. Probably should have turned it off when I first showed you it, when it was just bubbling. It's nice. It's burnt. It's burnt. It's overcooked. Still edible. Well, there you go. Pizza in the Omnia oven on the Trangia 25 in the van in the rain, and the temperature in here went up to 30 degrees and it's now 27, so I'm not cold. So I've got a heater as well. I've got the windows open, let some air in. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go through my donut pizza, eat that, and I think I'm going to go home. I don't feel great. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.